Hi, everybody. Welcome to week number 7. Week number 7. You know what that means? That means on Thursday about noon, you can go, yay, because you're halfway through the semester. And that's about all you have time for is a little bit of a yay because you got work to do. So get back at it. And what are you going to be doing in our discussion forum? The first thing you're going to do is agree with your opponents. And that may take you aback. Why would I agree with my opponents? Well, because your opponents have presented a topic that really is hard to disagree with. For example, if you're saying that the United States has a debt problem, it's hard to disagree with that. What you will disagree with is how did you go about fixing it. So looking at a policy type of a debate or even value type of debate. You would say, how do we go about fixing it? Where do we cut funding? Where do we add more taxes? All of those things are up for debate. And speaking of debate, the second topic that you're going to be dealing with is responding to the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister is the first speaker in a debate, parliamentary style debate. You may be familiar with the United States style where you have the affirmative and a negative. Looking at the parliamentary style, you have the Prime Minister who leads the government which agrees with the topic that's being debated. And then you have the opposition, which is on the other side, and they would agree maybe somewhat on some things, but they would oppose the government on how to fix it or even the topic itself. So however that plays out. So you have that. Now, so you're going to listen to a Prime Minister speech, about 7.5 minutes, and the topic is drones. Now, this is one situation where I wouldn't want to really actually say this, but I think in that particular debate, it's appropriate to drone on. Okay, that is humor. That's why everybody is now laughing hysterically or sighing and holding their head and just shaking it. Whichever, I'll take any type of feedback. I'm good with that. So you're responding to that as the opposition. So you're the opposition leader. How are you going to argue against this? And just hit bullet points. You don't have to get real detailed with it. But what arguments would you make against what you have just heard? So you're making arguments against the Prime Minister. And the rest of the debates there, just kind of go up to about the 7.5 minute mark. And that's where they begin with the opposition. And so I'd rather have you oppose before you listen to the opposition, but please, after you're done, feel free to, because it's actually a very good debate. So that is the discussion area, and now you're going to be preparing your value speech. Now, just for some dates, your speech is due the 18th of October. That's the speech. That is the actual speech. The outline is due a week before. There's a reason for that, so I can take a look at it and go, maybe you're a little bit off track here with the concept of value, or whatever the case may be, and you have time to fix it. If you decide you're going to turn that in at the same time as the speech, that's up to you. I mean, you can do that because the assignment folder will be open, but you won't have any opportunity to make amends if there are things that need to be fixed. So kind of keep that in mind. And the outline due October 11th, the speech due October 18th. Not that far off, even though we're still hanging out in September. And then the fourth thing that I have on my list here is the last thing I have on my list here is that no more news awarenesses. Or News Aware Night. I don't know which that is, but we'll go with News Aware Night. Sounds cooler. So you're done with that. That particular assignment's over. If you did all 6, congratulations, you got 60 out of 50 points. That means you got some bonus points because you did the extra one, which we had last week. So kind of rehashing what we have. Agreeing with the opponents is the first thing that you're going to be looking at in a discussion. Second, you're going to be responding to an opponent, to a Prime Minister, and the speech on drones. And whatever case they're bringing, you're opposing that case. And then you're going to be working on and thinking about your value speech. The outline is due October 11th. The speech is due October 18th. And news awareness assignments are over. And if you got full credit for all 6 of them, congratulations. If you got full credit for 5 of them, congratulations. You maxed out on the points that are there, and that's a good thing as well. And as always, let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget your mini celebration at the middle of week number 7. And I will see you, and I mean each and every one of you, online.